Hello everybody, it's Techstack here. Hey guys, we are back. We're at 23 seconds as the stream actually officially starts on YouTube. And Hunter's first at 28 seconds. Hello, Hunter. Oh, Ninja, you're late. Enderman, you're late. Hunter beat you. Oh. Good job, Hunter. Yep, I'm at 7:01 actually. I checked that when I was coming in here. So what I'd like to work on a little bit more is obviously the tower crane. I've made some small modifications to the code to make it easier to modify, like if I go back and change the height or whatever. You still do hold the record, Enderman. 17 seconds is probably the fastest we'll ever get, because even today, for me, watching the stream, it didn't say anything until it was 23 seconds in, right? So let me see that my code that I changed still works before we start changing anything else, because if not, I'll have to try and remember what it was I did earlier and fix it. So I was messing with the height piece as far as how big it makes the cables. Hey, Ninja. And how far down the claw actually draws. So those two pieces. I just made them numbers in a variable instead of hard-coded numbers in multiple places, so it makes it a little easier for me to come back and change code later, if need be. Okay, looks to be moving correctly so far. Places it down okay. Okay, man. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Now, let's see, which way is this one facing? This is facing the south, so let's just go ahead and break this one. We want one that's going to face north, so we need to place it facing south. That is the correct orientation for the setup I've got. And that's kind of the other thing I want to work on. See if I can get this all sorted out from the directionality perspective. So that when it faces to the north, it shifts it and places it here. And when I face it the other way, it's down here, and so on. So that it's all correct. And you have lunch now. What? Thanks, Enderman. Sea village thing. Okay. And that could be why you were having some lag issues too. If you go off exploring, I mean, that's gonna cause lag on any Minecraft server. It generates the train. Try not to go too far exploring though, just in case if we add more world gen. Enderman, I forget what time zone you're in, man. I thought you were somewhat close to me. I know you're a little bit behind, but lunchtime? It's 8 o'clock here. What time is it for you? Like 5? Maybe 4? You're somewhere in North America, right? Not Canada. Maybe I'm confused. I'm waiting for this thing to do the second row to see if it places it here or if it places it here. So I thought it would place it on that side, which is to the north, but it hasn't started to the north, so that means I've probably got something wrong. That's that block there. Good. And then this one. It's 7? Oh, okay, so you're not far behind me then. That is a late lunch, though. With time, man. With time, Ninja. Hey, Epic. Where's he gonna place it at? There. Okay. Let's look at the code, see what it's doing. Tiny tower crane. Let's render. So what I need to do is something similar to how the house for the engineer works, where in the set block state, it's actually calling some methods to rotate things accordingly. So this block position that's passed in gets translated based on the offsets in the bounding box of that village or building. I need to do something like that, I think, where I've figured out what X, Y, and Z it should be based off of and find the minimum and then offset it based on what they pass in, basically. It's interesting. Takes both the X and Z. Yeah, huh. That must be for rotating or something. But before we can do that, we need the basics to be working. Which should be this. That's C+1. Right, so it needs to be -1. Oh, we changed that last night before I finished. Maybe we broke it last night before I finished. I don't know. You know, break you, place you. Where are you gonna place that? You're in a basketball game right now? Wow. This should place here. Let's get the code up on the other screen here. And let's tweak that movement speed up to, I don't know, 5. There we go. That's the speed that this thing needs to move at for testing. Turbo power is engaged, and it breaks itself. Need to pick up another portal? I guess sometime when I'm on, but it might be a day or two before I get back on while I'm working on this stuff. Or, you know, you can get some diamonds and make a pick. Because, you know, Minecraft and whatnot. That's how it works. Found no diamonds, huh? Were you down like Y12? What do you need to be for? I mean, if you're that far out searching for it, it shouldn't be that hard to find because no one would have dug out there. Get this thing. Untapped cases, you found new base. Okay. No matter the rotation, it still places it there. Worst happened, look for coal. Couldn't find nothing. Oh yeah. Minecraft's PC is so much better. Hey Fire.
Hello. Hey, Ninja. Okay.
You seeing that, huh, Fiery?
What?
The suicidal crane.
Still?
Yeah, I thought that's what you were laughing at.
No. No, I was laughing at Epic's message.
Oh.
And probably not Ninja. My daughter's kind of sick, so I'm keeping an ear for that.
Oh, well, we'll get on again. It's just we're tied up with stuff right now.
Right.
We get on there mostly when we have new features to test out, right? Because that's the test server for them. But there will be times like this when we just need to work on the new features and stuff like that.
That's cool, Ninja.
It's like I need to...
Like you need to tell it to quit killing itself? Yeah, we've been telling you that for days now.
What I don't get is why it's doing this versus what it was doing before, because it was working at one point, and I don't know what I did to kill it. Because we had it building like 2 or 3 layers tall, right? And what I just did now added, like, yeah, it's building beside it, but look, the arm's moving over there. Because it thinks it should be building there, but it's building it down here. What?
Maybe you have numbers flipped somewhere?
That's a valid point. Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
See? That's why you keep me around. Ideas, man.
It's pose.
Hey, that's no joke, man. I'm telling you, like, if you look at the mod, like, I'll venture to say at least 30% of everything in there is probably popped out of my head at one point in time. I mean, Tech's like the main guy who got it done and everything, but
Hey, Bobcat.
hey, Bobcat. And I see Enderman is in my time zone.
It's actually building it upside down, too.
What?
I mean, if it was building, you know, this layer, then this layer, and this layer, and this layer, right? That would mean, because it's building them in the same order, regardless which direction it goes. So this would have been the second layer, this would have been the third layer. So that third layer would have been here, and that would have been the T, the top of the T. So somewhere along the lines, I've flipped it already, which means I need to shift it off 16 in that direction. so then that decouples the current position and the which means I could send it all through. Yeah, that would work. Sorry for talking in half sentences, everyone. I'm working through this in my mind. How I'm gonna handle this in code. I basically need to do the same thing that or similar thing to what the villager house does with how it rotates the block and all that stuff. Right, I updated it because I could see how it's going to build faster without having to sit here for an hour waiting on it. Okay, so let me start coding here off of my second screen while we watch this, I guess. Public. It's a integer. Yeah, an integer. Public int get x with offset, sure. With offset. And it's going to take an x and a y. Or a z, I'm sorry. And then we're going to say integer, integer. So then we need another function that says public get facing. Is it enum facing? Those that are interested in the coding part. Let's do this. Return the this dot position dot world this dot world dot get block this dot position get I don't know why this is giving me like writer's block, but let me look at the block and figure it out. It's going to be a tower crane. I might know it this way. Oh, I was on the right path. Good. EF enum facing EF, okay, and then we'll say this dot get world, get block state, this dot get position equals the block that we're talking about, which is a tower crane. And then this says tower crane here. Go, let me say this and this. So it gets the facing direction of the tower crane. Yeah, just continue for now. Hello. And just return Edom facing.
It was epic coming back.
I was wondering who it was because I didn't remember anybody leaving. It didn't look like anybody new was here.
If I had to guess, his Wi-Fi probably kicked out.
Right. Return. Okay, and this is where I'm gonna determine what position it should be based on the position we pass into it for the X and the Z. So it could be an X position or it could be a Z position, even though we're getting the X position, because there are some cases where when we rotate it, we flip the blocks around inside of it to rotate it. Hello.
I'm here.
Internet. There we go.
Having a bad internet day?
I guess. It's probably a restream. It's all better now. There's only 129 dropped frames since I restarted, and it's not changing. Let's see. So this is actually accomplished in the actual structure by looking at the bounding box of the where's that? This. Okay, so I can do something similar to that. But if enum facing is north, it does nothing, which we don't want to do. We actually want to subtract 16 from whatever it is. It was returned to us. So let's do this.
Probably not for a while yet.
Yeah, it'll be sometime after I finish it and make it work right. Not before then.
That door really does not like to place.
Yeah.
And I think it has something to do with the fact that it's trying to only place the bottom half of it.
Potentially. I didn't watch it. I wonder if it placed it when it was only the bottom half and then it broke off later when I got updated. That's how doors basically behave.
Right.
Yeah. So there is no bounding box. Yeah, I get that. So if it's to the north, we're going to return. Hey, I don't want that like this there. Let's comment these ones out. Default return to X. So return. If I can type return. At all. X minus or plus? Minus 16. Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and terminate because you're ticking me off. Ah. So that means I need to replace all of these places where X is found. Or Do I calculate it once up top? Sure. So int adjusted x equals this. And it's going to be current x current z. Now I can just say adjusted x in the stream again because it said failed to connect to the server. Cool. Hello.
That was somebody leaving.
Oh, gotcha. So, hi stream. Sorry about all the problems tonight. Apparently my connection's being funky. We will return to our normally programmed non-lagginess hopefully soon.
Yeah. Although usually it's not that bad. I mean, this is only like the second time that I know of that this happened.
That's
so.
why I said non-lagginess. Maybe I'm robot again.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Remember, in addition to being the idea guy, I'm also Captain Obvious.
Adjusted Z. Adjusted Z. Adjusted Z. Adjusted Z.
Adjusted tax income.
Adjusted net gross. Jeez, that's such a thing, net gross. Those are kind of like opposite things. Okay, let's try it again. There's probably a flip of a coin percentage chance that it's going to be a suicidal crane. I'm just putting that out there now. It's just whether or not it's a suicidal crane at the right spot.
Well, if this crane is always going to be suicidal, we might want to make it really cheap.
It's not always going to be suicidal. Always with the jokes.
Telling you, I bring the laughter. I mean, whether they're laughing at me or with me, the laughter.
Okay, here we go. And it's placed it in the wrong position. Or is it? Okay, yeah, I don't know what it's doing right at the moment. Wait.
No, it's placing it over there.
It's placed in there, but it's trying to render it like it's trying to place it there. That was completely unexpected. It's good it's placed in the right spot, though. So that's the Z position that's wrong. It's in this row. Does it go to this row or this row next?
Third.
Okay, it goes closer. to the crane, which is correctish. I don't know.
Actually, no, it's supposed to be going further from it.
But I mean, if you look at it from this perspective, this row is closer than the row with the top of the T. So it should be getting closer to the crane, and it's doing it. It's just metered off in the other direction for some reason. It's like the position in the world is different than the position. So let's do this. Let's change this to a plus. Yeah. Now it wants to place over here. Way over there, but... What? I'm telling you, I had this thing working, didn't I?
Yeah, I thought you did. You know what? Break it, replace it. Maybe it's just funky because you changed it mid-work.
No. I mean,
You never know. I mean, stranger crap has happened.
Okay, so here's the new code.
See, that's close.
Close to where it should be placing it, but now it's placing them over there.
Oh my gosh.
The placing position and the rendering position are two different things. I mean, I can make another number that's the placing position or whatever. But that makes no sense to me. None at all.
Well, it doesn't have to make sense. It's just gotta work.
Suppose. Let's take this out of here too. So what did it do originally? It would set the IJK equal to the X, Y, and Z coordinates. And it would set the block position to the X, Y, or the X, Y, and Z coordinates that it was trying to place it at. And then the K, which is the Z, was -1. Which pushed it away from the crane so it wasn't suicidal.
Thanks, Ninja. I do too. I hate seeing her sick.
Is it just a cold or?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. It's nothing too serious though. Still makes the little ones miserable though.
Yeah. Totally miserable.
So we did have the Z, yeah, that placing position decoupled from the other position. So, okay, int placing position X Z placing X placing Z. And we'll take both of these. And we'll do this, and we'll say placing. Placing. Okay. And no, you continue. And then we'll take the placing X and the placing Z. And restart. kind of getting hungry.
I did to say something.
Oh, sorry.
I'm in the hunger for like the last hour and a half.
For the next hour and 20 minutes of the stream, it shall now be the silent stream. Been hungry for the last hour and a half? At least I'm just starting to get hungry.
Well, I would go make myself something to eat, but knowing my drastic luck, the person who usually makes dinner probably has something planned, and then I'll go and ruin it, so...
Right. Could it be?
Looks like it.
The placing it before it's there is the desync between the client and the server. That's fine. Okay.
Right, they can deal with it.
And it's something I need to change anyway, like how the two work together. No, wait a minute. It's going
Yeah,
out
that's
here.
a little off there. Let's let that row finish and see if it stays in that same spot when it, or that same row.
I think I know what's up though. How to adjust a bit. It's further out now.
Flip the numbers again.
Well, this one's... it's this one that's off, isn't it? Because that's the arm position. It's based off of this one. I need to take the current position. I'm getting myself so confused on this right now. It's not even funny. Oops, not that one. This one. Yeah, it's out here now. We're building it right, though. That's the important part so far. It's being built correctly. Shazam!
Careful, if you say that too loud, the bolt of lightning might hit your house and you might turn into a superhero.
That happened to Shaq. That's what that's from. I don't remember that movie very well. I don't know why I wouldn't remember that very well, but I don't.
The movie Shazam is not even close to the comic Shazam.
Oh, okay. Didn't know it was a comic either.
Yeah, the movie with Shazam, he was a genie.
Yeah.
Granting wishes. But the comic book hero Shazam is basically a little kid, and every time he says Shazam, he gets struck by a bolt of lightning and turns into a full-grown man with superpowers.
Wow. And Shaq would definitely be a full-grown man.
Like, honestly, when I heard that they were making a Shazam movie, I thought in my head, okay, they're going to make a comic book movie out of it?
Hey, they didn't go that way with it at all.
Yeah, no. I was totally disappointed. So was my brother, because he's a DC fan. I'm the Marvel guy, so.
Take it, Shazam was DC.
Yep. Yeah, Marvel all day, buddy.
What happens if I increase the speed to 10 instead of 5? Do we just instantly teleport there? Pretty much. I need to be down here and be prepared for this. I want to see what happens when it gets clear out here. How far down that track, gantry, the piece goes.
What, it needs to finish this jumping off the rails?
Right. Because if it's close, this is only like 16 by 16. We might need to scale it back a bit. Or increase the size of the tower crane. If we want to go 32 by 32.
I honestly think you could go bigger with the tower crane. I mean, those things are huge.
Right, and I mean, height-wise, it is huge.
Right, but I'm talking like length. Did it just kill itself again? God bless it.
I just want to see when it gets over here. No, it's only like halfway down the thing.
Okay,
it's
so
still
that
good
ain't
for
too
now.
bad.
I hate that it disappears when I go so high.
I thought you were gonna change the color of those middle box areas on the top.
Apparently we talked about it and I never did it. About this one, right?
Well, I figured both of them. Maybe go like, I don't know. What color would they be? Maybe
Like
gray.
green color?
Matched with the rest of it. Just a second there. Alright, I just got the news that they're not making dinner, so it's on my own.
That's horrible. I'm sorry about your luck, Fairy.
It's not horrible, it's great. It means I don't have to wait for it anymore.
Oh.
I was thinking like a grayscale, maybe even like a black for those two. Just something to break it up from the yellow, you know?
Right. I just don't want it to blend in with the gantry itself too much, though, either.
Okay.
That makes sense. Well, not blue. How's that even working? That's not what that slider's supposed to do. And now it's doing red. Okay. What happens if I just delete that material and create a brand new one? There we go. Maybe like that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It's still different enough from the gantry, you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
I'm probably using the wrong terminology for that stuff, but that's what I want to call it. There. Okay, so that color's changed for the next time around. And it's going to be suicidal seeing how it's at the end. It's going to be. I just noticed. So I know what the problem is already, too. I know how to fix it relatively easy.
I'll be right back then.
Okay. placing value needs to be not minus 16, but minus 17. Right. Wait, what's it doing? Why am I locking up? Save. Oh my gosh. Come on. Fine. Terminate. Get us the new model anyway. 17 there, and it'd have to be 17 here as well, then. Probably because it's 0 to 16. That's actually 17 positions. That's probably what's wrong. Oops, we got 2 Minecrafts running now. Okay, that one close finally. Look at this text on the Minecraft login screen. Any computer is a laptop if you're brave enough. There we go. I can tell already it's going to work because it's placing it 1 block over from where it was before. And my computer might need to be restarted tonight. I don't normally restart it, but funky things are happening. 70% CPU usage? Yeah, what's going on? Half of it's Eclipse, half of it's Java. OBS is only using 2% of my CPU. Okay, so how many blocks is this then? So if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's what was wrong. It was actually 17, and this whole time I thought it was 16. Starting at 0 tech. Okay, so we've got north working. Now comes the fun part. Can we make south work? I am facing to the north. I place this. It is now instantly an oak log. It's facing south when I do this. So, in our south facing one, so the X position should be the same for both of these. But the Z position will not be need to be modified. So in this one it should be Z minus 17, I think. And in this one it should be 17 minus Z, I think. Okay, you're building it off in this way. It's building it in the correct direction. But that is wrong. That's just a rotation piece. The rotation needs to be against the other quadrant is all. Right? That's going off on this side. That's going off over there instead, though. the left, which would mean that it's got a X position that's negative. So X is in a 2D quadrant. I've got basically got X going across and Z going up. The X over Y on that coordinate plane, so yeah. There's X, X should be the same. But the Z's negative. Let's make it go over there. And the easy thing for me to do is also apply some special function on this that would rotate it around, you know, basically I'm going to do this. Still not right. Change that offset rotation position, because it's basically saying the tower crane, when it's placed, its normal rotation is to have it so it would be facing like this. So it is rotating it around like that then. Okay. So maybe because I'm handling the rotation in this now, I can remove the rotation from the render. That could be. Let me look. Tower crane render. These rotations here, can I turn these off? Rotate to the south, 180 degrees around. Boom.
I'm back.
Hi, back. I got it building to the south now.
You got it building to what?
So before it was building it to the north of the crane. Now when I place the tower crane so it's facing to the south, it builds it to the south.
Cool.
It's kind of weird. Don't know if I want to correct that or not, because I'm trying to think through how that would work. It's a S backwards T instead of a TS when you look at it. Is that right or not? I don't know.
Yeah, I would want it to face the right way.
But is that the right way is what I'm saying? It's just the fact that I use letters. Maybe I'm overthinking it. To do. Test the state to see if we are active. If yes, rotate 180. If no, rotate. So we'll want it to still show that it's flipped that way if it doesn't have a job, basically is what I'm trying to say with this. And the door just pops off when it gets the next block update. And I know why. I know how to fix it.
You just place the full door?
Don't trigger block updates when I'm placing the block. State 2. Because then the second half of the door will get placed. And then when it later gets an update, it'll be fine. So flag 2 doesn't update the block, but it still sends the information to the client to say, hey, I did this.
Okay.
State 3 updates the block around it and says, hey, you should check to make sure you're valid. In which case, it's not. crashy crash. Now, was that because we hit the end of the one blueprint? I bet it was. Index out of bounds. Yep. Oop, magoop. I'll worry about that later. Because it's all going to change, like, the size of the thing and all that stuff, right? So, I'm okay with it crashing at this point. It's still early in this. Even though I've been working on it for 3-4 days now. Life hacking soda.
It's not that bad.
I would think the powdered sugar would be easy to dissolve too, and finer.
I use it all the time in my coffee when I run out of regular sugar.
You have a lot of masking flavor there though too in coffee.
Yeah, especially the way these guys do it.
That's a good question. So if I were to place it like this, it builds it from, oh gosh, from here over. When I place it facing the other direction, it builds it from here over this way. Should it instead build it on this side? Because it's been rotated 180. I'm only mirroring it, I'm not rotating it. That's why this TS is backwards. It makes sense to me.
I think you answered your own question.
How do I do that? The placing position for the X needs to be modified. Right? Right. So it should be 16 minus X for south. It's getting a little bit crazy here. Let's break this one. Place a new one over here. What? I think it fixed it. It's the wolves on the right, and before the wolves on the left. And that's, if that forms the T, we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they're both 5. Those, it depends on what it does next. That's the T. Yep. Cool. It's like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Every once in a while.
Nah.
I don't know about that being Blackfire. In game, that looks like the same color as everything else. That's too close of a gray color. Something about this Thailand, like when I get too far away from it, it still doesn't render it.
I just thought it would break up the yellow, but you don't like it, I mean, you feel free to change it.
No, I like that it's a different color. I just don't think that's the right color for it. I agree with you. It needs to have some other color than yellowness because it's got too much of it. But it's too black. Lighter gray or whatever.
Well, you couldn't go blue because then it would almost certainly blend in with the sky.
Right. Unless it was a really dark blue. Even then, it'd probably look too black.
Right. Maybe a red shade? Or an orange even?
Wait a sec, let me see something. That's in your tile entity? Get max. Found another method I need to add. You're saying a red?
Either a red or an orange you could try.
Let's see, what would 128 be on? Let's try 256 times 256. Okay. Sorry, this has just been bothering me and I think I know what's wrong with it. You're gonna say that you're gonna error off? No? Okay. Restart. So you're saying a blue? Is that what you said? Or red?
A red or an orange or...
I look for tower cranes. So that one's orange, that one's white. It's like
white wouldn't look too bad. That'd definitely be different than everything else.
I mean, look at something like this. That's white. That's white. That's white. For the cab itself, right?
Right.
Let's try that. Let's try making this more of a white color. Don't want to make it too white, but white. Let's try that. Save. Export Bayfront. Export it. And I'm going to restart Minecraft for it to pick up the change.
Nope.
No writing.
It's already been decided not happening.
One, if it's anywhere near the speed that we've got it at right now, you'll be puking all over your computer as it throws you back and forth across, you know. And I don't want to give the wrong impression that you can control it. Because everything else that you can get in the mod, you can control. You can drive them around, and this is not playable like that.
Plus, not only that, but think about it this way. Do you really want to fall that far without an elytra?
That would be awesome. You right-click on it, you get in it, and it pops you up to the top. No way getting out.
Yep.
It just ejects you from that height. I'm not sure if I'm fond of it, but it still looks okay. Now, the real question is, did I fix my distance problem? Oh yeah, looks like I did. So now I can get above it and take a screenshot. That's what I wanted to do.
Awesome.
Okay, we're good. Like, this is working, the south one, so I don't know what I'm fiddling around with. I need to just keep going, get the other directions down. So west will be return X, but it's gonna be that's true, and I don't want it to be an elevator. So it's gonna be X, but X what? Is it 7? This is the... Oh, I just need to test it. Let's just return X on both of them and figure it out. This needs to return Z. Return X. Return Z. So it needs to face west for this test, so I need to face east when I place it. Instantly places its own block. So we definitely need to offset something. West is what? Towards pos, towards negative X. So it's going to behave like the Z, but in the X direction. So it'd be like north, but so it should say 17 minus Z. This should just say X. This will be Z minus 17. And I'm missing one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. X, Z, X, Z, X. No. Z.
There, now I have a happy tummy. I was freaking starving. I totally forgot that my roommate had has darts today, so she wasn't gonna be cooking. So.
Ew. Right. Okay.
Yeah, something seems a little off there.
Yeah. It's basically doing the same thing as the north, and that doesn't make no sense to me. Even though I don't...
Ninja, you're doing it all wrong. Why are you using shovels to dig sand? There's a bulldozer.
Yeah, he's set up in another position. It's just not right. It's going to the north. We don't want it to go to the north. Let's look at the. Let's focus on the placing position. The placing position should be X minus 17. And this is where the rotations come in. So something I'm currently not doing is rotating any of the blocks. So something like a furnace will keep its orientation. So if it's facing to the east in the original design and we put it on the north, it'll face to the east. But then when you go to the south, it'll still face east and be facing into the wall instead of out into the room. I know how to accomplish that, but I haven't tried to accomplish it yet. And this is the other thing, right? So the TS should be oriented to face this, and that's done with the order the blocks are in. So anything that's along an X needs to be switched for a Z. The X and Z coordinates need to be flipped from each other. So this actually needs to be Z. Lowercase c. Dang it. And this needs to be X. I said lowercase c. No caps lock's on.
I know, like, all of that probably made sense to you, but to me it sounded like a bunch of words slapped together.
I mean, isn't any sense?
It's just my not being a coder.
But it's
thing,
not
you
even
know?
coding. Like, if you looked at it from the Minecraft world, right? If you took something that was facing to the north and wanted to rotate it to the side, in order to rotate it, any of the lines that are going this way need to be lines facing this way instead. If you're truly rotating it. What I'm basically doing is picking it up and not rotating it and putting it off to that side. I need to rotate it 90 degrees. Which means I basically flipped the X and the Z coordinates, and that should do that rotation, I think. Thank you, J Trent. The 3X cheer. Okay, now I'm getting all confused which position's what. Which way is this facing? Facing to the west.
He really wants to keep his top tier position.
Oh, nice. What'd you stream about, man? It is a tower crane. So the idea is it builds things for you in Minecraft. It's like you scan in a build, and eventually there's going to be a GUI on this thing that says, I want to use this blueprint, block blueprint, and please build it for me, and it'll do this. We've sped it up significantly, probably from what it'll be in the final thing. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's building. Thank you for the raid. I guess because I'm not actually in Twitch, it doesn't tell me. I don't know.
What the heck is a raid?
It's when one person finishes their stream, they bring all the other followers over, or people viewing, over to someone else's stream. See? Flipping the X and the Z, look what it did. It made the T and the S rotate. They're still wrong, but they're rotated. And they need to be facing like over here probably. We'll get there. On the right path at least. I'm running out of room in this world to build these things.
In a super flat world, you're running out of space to build?
Well, I mean, they're like building on top of each other. I need to keep going further and further away. I mean, look how far I've come from the original one I scanned, which is probably not even on here.
Yeah.
I'm being impatient. I need to speed this up even more. I'm gonna double it again, which is just gonna make it instant place. Yeah. Hang on a second. So I placed it facing this way. So it should be building it over on this side of this thing. So we need to move that over in the negative X direction. Or the Z, the X. I don't know which one it is. This is really difficult.
Compared to what you've already accomplished with it, this is difficult.
This is really difficult for my brain right now, okay? Well, did that not change anything? Oh yeah, it didn't, because I changed the wrong number. Derp. That's not the one I want to change. I want to change the placing one. Get X minus 17. See? And then you are placing still in the wrong position. I'm facing west. It's east-west. Which is towards negative X. There we go. Now it's building over in the right spot. Okay, and then the render, do we remove the rotation? We did. Okay, so I guess now I need to update the other placing stuff, or non-placing stuff. So it should be it should be Z. And this should be X. Right? Close. 17 minus X. Tell when the code updated, it just started working.
Yeah.
So when I hit save, it takes a second for Eclipse to compile it and then throw it over into Minecraft again. It's rotating all around because it's trying to go off of here for its 0 position or whatever, right? That's what's concerning me. Do I need to address that somehow? Actually, do we have a door on these now? We do. See? I told you that'd fix the door, right?
Nice.
Total stream count 33. You were more active than 87% of restream users. Total time streamed 53 hours. Are those my stats or yours? Mine. Max stream duration 9 hours. That might be mine. 53 hours over several weeks that I've been doing restream. I can see that. Whoa. 5x cheer. We've got a new what do you call it? Top donator. Sure now. That warrant's going over to Twitch. Just to confirm that. I don't think I had anybody keep me on.
I told you, man. You didn't want nobody to be on top.
Right. What? There's changes to Twitch. Okay. I guess I need to look all through this stuff. I'll have to do that off stream. Oh, there it is. Yep, J-Trent's 5x. Thanks, man. Now all the tower cranes shall race to be the first to crash this game. And is this placing right? That's the next question. I think it is, except for apparently my scanned in thing is not square. Because if it was, it should be placed in the clear over to here. But it did not. I placed it clear over to here. As it builds, it's starting here. And it should be 17 over. But it's stopping there at 17 instead of here. So let's take a look and let's count this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's what it is. Oh. Wait, right? Because this is 17 too, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. No, that should still fit up. What's going on? Okay, what are these doing then? See, that's building right up against itself. So this crane's facing this way, and it's building in its left-hand side. This crane is facing this way, and it's building on its right-hand side. Hey, Austin. This crane is facing this building on the right. I think the right-hand side is the correct way. It needs to be building off the right. This TS is also backwards, so I need to mirror the...
Thanks, Austin. He's really proud of his mod too. Even though it frequently gives him headaches.
Like right now. Oh, okay. Italian Grassman too. So you were asking some questions over there, weren't you? Or had some suggestions. I forget which one you are. There's a couple of different people that posted stuff, and I just haven't got back to you guys, so I've been trying to get this working. Suggestions, okay. I would say I kind of, if you were the one making the suggestion about the block size in the dump trucks, I kind of agree. The new dump truck model is so big, it makes sense to make them bigger. To a degree, like I still need to make it have room. But for making items store in block form with a pile, probably not going to do that one. In the version you have, the paver's not fully functional from a survival standpoint, but it is in creative because you can't get the raw asphalt. It's designed to create roads. So if you put down a paver with raw asphalt in it and hold control, it will start placing blocks the block beneath it. Now in the version I have here in my development environment, we've changed it so it doesn't place it underneath it, it places it at the same level that it's sitting at. So I can demo it real quick.
Plus, not only that, but he put in an actual recipe for the asphalt now.
Right, so. Right. In the version we have here, yeah, you can actually make it. I've got a laundry list of changes to make when we release all this stuff.
It can place it underneath or anywhere.
Yeah. So
on
this
any
is how
block.
It works. So that's how it places. Oh gosh, it placed no tower crane. And then what this is uncompressed asphalt, and then you get a road roller. Just like in the real world, you roll the asphalt after it's been placed, and that turns it into compressed asphalt. Yeah, it'll place it on top of anything. So this compressed asphalt, you'll see that my speed's kind of changing here slightly. As I go with the compressed stuff.
Fixed the whole every other line thing.
I thought I did too. It might be in the other version of the code though. Alright. I've got multiple branches of code that I need to merge together to get it all to work. That makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the reason that you do the compressed asphalt is it makes you run faster. It's not a huge change, but it's enough to, you know, it's nice when you go long distances. And there's that crash, okay.
And to answer your question, yeah, any block.
Yeah. In the version you have, though, keep in mind, instead of it placing on the same level as the paver, it's going to want to place one down. So you need a hole underneath the paver. the easiest way to do it is go through with the bulldozer, make a 1D pole, and drive the paver over that gap because it's a little bit wider than the gap. Place in that gap. People thought that was too glitchy to fall in the hole, and I don't know. I know what it was. To go through like a tunnel, you had to make the tunnel an extra block wide, and they didn't like the looks of that, so we made it so it actually places on the same level, so you don't have to make the paver extra wide. We modified the paver's width to be exactly the right width. Thank you. Semi-tractor goes faster on purpose. That's the point of the thing, because it's meant to transport the other ones. That's one of your reasons to use it, is it's faster.
It is way off.
It's way off. What do you mean?
Where it's placing and where it's actually going to.
Is it?
Look at it. Watch it on this next row.
What? It's going so fast, it's hard for me to tell. Let me slow it down here so we can see it actually. You can go at 10 speed. Half the speed. Oh yeah. I mean, it's on the right row, but it's placing at the wrong end. I'm not going to fiddle with that right now, though, because this order that it's placed in actually needs to be changed. It needs to place it going this way to fix the TS being mirrored. Because remember, it placed it backwards, the TS.
Right.
Well, in the real world, yeah, I guess a semi would go faster than a loader, right? So
depends on the loader. Little loaders can go pretty fast.
60 mile an hour down a highway, though?
Oh yeah.
The main reason was we wanted a reason for it to be in the mod to motivate you to do it. Because the other thing is, when you put the flatbed on the semi-tractor and pick up one of the machines, it'll keep any fuel in that machine. So losing the fuel when you shift click it to pick it up.
Front end loader.
Do what?
Yeah, Ninja asked what was the loader again.
Oh, I didn't even see that message come through. Okay, so that's actually right. The placement one's the one that's wrong. It needs to be 17 minus Z. What? Tanya, I'm gonna have a billion of these when I'm done. Not Z.
What's that, Ninja?
I fixed the mirroring, I think.
Tech, if you want a good laugh, go look at the Discord chat.
See the wrecking ball. Wrecking ball's been tried.
You removed it already, right?
Yeah, I guess I did. At least in the version I've got, it's removed. Actually, summon crane. Machine mod crane. There you go. Boom! Wrecking ball on a crane with a crap model.
There's some old school for you, buddy.
You can only summon it with a summon command. There's no item for it.
The problem with it was, it's not in the game anymore. What is the summon command for it? Oh, never mind.
It's a bad idea.
It's
a bad idea in the
really
way
bad
I implemented it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't take the speed or the momentum of the wrecking ball into consideration, and trying to figure that out would be crazy hard.
Plus, not only that, you could literally drop the ball and drill a hole straight through into the void.
Right. Ball goes up and down with, you know, control and space like everything else in the mod. Okay, so the placing position's off.
He did say it was bad.
Yeah, it was one of my models.
Yeah, that was before the 3D modeler that's been doing most of the newer models came in. So that's all Tech's handiwork there. I mean, although I gotta say it wasn't horrible, you know. I mean, he could have really done a lot worse.
No, it was horrible.
Shh, I'm trying to be on your side here.
It's fine, Fiery. I don't care. I know it was bad. Okay, so we're placing in the right order potentially. Just need this next row to show up, but the crane arm is all whacked out at the moment. So
that's cool, Austin. I take it you're using Flans mod then? For the planes?
yeah, don't be surprised if it crashes, because it's not meant to be in the game. Like, there's no item or anything. I have no idea what's up with the code on that one, what state it's in.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that one.
So who was it? Oh, I'm drawing blank. Mr. Crayfish, that did the video on my mod, did one for Minecraft Flight Simulator like 2 videos later. Is that where you got it from, Austin? Mr. Crayfish? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so instead of just playing Guess the Number Tech, let's try and figure this out. So, in this case, it's actually not going to need flipped, I don't think, because it's going to be still placing them I need to reduce the Z amount somehow. Right?
Well, most people would lower the number, but if you know a different way, I mean... You make it too easy on me, Tech. I mean, come on.
I know. Hi, Boggly. I think that's how you would say it. Oh my gosh, Eagle, you're the first one to like the video? Where are you people? Come on, no one likes my videos? That's it. I know what I'm doing next time. I need to go into Photoshop. I need to put a big old, like, thumbs up thing. And then
look at all the...
And I need to have it, like, scroll in every, like, 30 seconds. Be like, remember to like! Oh, wait. Did I just make it work? I just made it work! That right there is worth a like, right, guys? I mean, come on. And because this thing's, like, so... Like, it's gonna be so slow. And a lot of it's the travel time back to its 0 position. I need to make sure the 0 position gets updated based on its rotation, too. Because right now it's trying to rotate over to here to pick up the block. It should be rotating over here to pick up the block. So it's gotta go extra far.
It's okay, Austin. He's on the server with us, so one of these days he's gonna wake up with some explosive packed stone under his house and know why.
And his house full of pressure plates. Don't move. We'll find the one spot where he's gonna spawn and leave it without one.
Or even better, set up one of those redstone traps, you know, where you step on the pressure plate and pistons shoot up some walls on every side.
Somebody's been watching Mumbo. I watched that one too.
Hey, that's a great trap, okay?
It was, except for he screwed up the roof. Put the wrong pressure plates in.
I was just messing with you anyway, Ninja.
Yeah, we wouldn't do something like that. We talk about it, but we wouldn't actually do it.
Now, we would fill your house full of snow golem, however, or chickens, or...
Some of the other TSCraft guys did netherrack to somebody. I mean, like, their entire house, floor to ceiling, netherrack.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You fell off your chair? Isn't that funny, was it? Okay, so there's one more direction to do this in. And that's this way. And it instantly deletes itself, of course. Now, you'd think by now that this would... Some pattern in this would be established in my brain and I would know what to do. That's not true at all. Let's get the X needs to return the Z. I think it's gonna be Z minus 17, maybe. Don't know. We're gonna try that. The Z value needs to return what? The X. You have claim chunks, but we have op powers, you see. But again, we wouldn't actually do that stuff. I'm just taking guesses of what the numbers should be. Don't know what else to do. Return X minus 17. Okay. And now we watch. What's it gonna do? Gee, the placing positions might be right. I need to break this guy before he damages things. Crashing the wall. Z seems right. Let's move it X. And explain what the crane is doing. It's building basically a blueprint that I've scanned in, block by block, and right now it's a bad example of it, so let's place one this way. So it's coming over here where it's going to have an inventory. It's not rendered yet. And then swinging over and actually building the blocks one at a time. So this will be your ability to replicate a blueprint, basically, that you build. So that block positioning is perfect, but the crane rotation is not. Thank you. Seems that the X position is correct, but the Z is not. Let's just return what the value is. Oh, wait, there, that fixed it. Right? No. Okay. 7. Is Fiery? Oh, bye Fiery. May your internet rest in peace. Oh, what's it doing? Hello, Mr. Laggy Internet. Apparently I'm not the only one.
Well, you know, it had to take turns, so.
Right. Okay, that looks pretty decent as far as the position this way. I just need to fix it this way. The guess is guess Mr. Lag is sharing the love. There we go. Perfect. As we're almost to the last row finally. And it's showing the TS in the correct orientation. Cool. Okay, awesome. And then, so my code has a bunch of numbers in it at this point that all say 17. So 17, 17, 17, 17, right? And it's the different pieces rotating around in the different orders and stuff, blah, blah, blah. I need to take all of this 17s and make them a variable so that when we get a different sized cube that we're scanning, right, that we can change it instead of always having a 17. So I can make it 32 is what I'm trying to say. So let's see here. Did I ever get one that had a completed furnace in it? This one. See, this was rotated wrong because I didn't rotate the furnace according to its orientation of the tower crane. See, this one was placed right, and it's facing into the room. But this one is not. That one's right, because this one was facing north. This one was facing south and didn't get mirrored. This one's facing into the room, but it's not facing this way into the room. So one needs to get rotated 90, the other one needs to get rotated 180, basically. So let's see if we can tackle that real quick. Let's see, so I'm going to look at my code here for an example of how set block state does it in a... There we go. The rotation is mirrored, or the rotation is not none. And it just calls the block state is basically whatever it is, either mirrored or not. So let's go back to our block blueprint utility and set block state. Hello. Oh, sorry. I've been wondering that too far. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, that's a negative in front of that number. Rotation. Right, so this needs to be then given the rotation. You know what? Let's not do rotation. Let's do enum facing instead. That'll be simpler for me. Enum facing EF. And the enum facing will be whatever this block is. So we can just say get rotation. Right? Or get facing.
Sure. Like you said.
It's easy, fire. Come on. Not at all, but come on. So if EF dot is equals, come on, Tech. If EF equals north, do nothing. Else south equals 180. So mirror. Else if EF equals enum facing east should be 90. And then west should be 270. North, do nothing. Rotate. And then the method we need to call is this for the mirroring. Take a rotation on it. State. State. Let's take new mirror. Oh, front, back, left, right. I don't know.
Would you say tech?
I don't know what type of mirroring it should be. If it's a front, back, or left, right. I don't know what the difference is. I guess it would be that. I guess I could just say rotate too. State with rotation, and then rotation dot clockwise 180.
Sure, that sounds like it'll work.
And then this will be clockwise 190 or 90, and this will be clockwise 270. Aw, clockwise 270 is not a thing. Counterclockwise 90, which is clockwise 270. And that should be that. Enum facing dot north. So I don't think I'll ever actually use you. Right? Is it called anywhere? No, it's not. You are to be removed. Okay, let's test it all. This has gone smoother than I thought it would. Even though it's taken me 2 hours basically tonight to get here. And if I were to post this on Reddit, I bet I'd get at least 5 upvotes on the Feed the Beast Reddit. What do you need the obsidian for, Ninja? If it's just to make a portal, you can do it with the lava bucket and water. Move it to where you need it, like that. Yeah, let's make another portal, like I said. Okay, did you see this, Fiery? Look what it did to all the steps. Right, they're in the wrong orientation.
Okay.
Because it was facing the wrong direction, right? So if I go over to this one, it'll be a different orientation. That's what I'm saying, Ninja. You don't need to mine it. You don't need a diamond pick to make another portal. This is the correct orientation for these. I keep flying this way. Eventually, we'll see the original I scanned down here.
He's not even lying either, Ninja. Like, if you go watch any of the speedrunners when they do a speedrun on Minecraft, they don't use diamond picks.
Yeah, That's how 9 times out of 10. That's how I'm making my nether portal because it's just easy. So, lava, lava, water. Boom, obsidian. There's your bottom of your portal, and you just build up blocks around where you want your next lava to be. Lava, water.
Well, I wouldn't use wood because it'd likely burn apart. But
Right, but for me in creative, doing an example, you just keep doing that until you've got a whole portal. Okay, so this is how it should look if it's going to be correct. The stairs should face out on all sides. Which means I need to place these 4 cranes down relatively quickly in the correct orientations in order for this to work.
well, there's your problem right there, Ninja. You're supposed to use obsidian, not obsidium.
Oh man.
Where'd you even get that stuff? I didn't even think that was a block in Minecraft.
Okay, one of these is off. It's not like it should be over here, I would think. That one should be over here.
One of
They're
these things.
They're gonna build over top each other, dang it! No! Okay. That one's building off to the left of it. Let's see, I want to face south. This one should build to the right of it. That's correct.
Welcome back, Austin.
Yep, welcome back, man. That one's to the left. Oh, that's the same one I just did.
I'm rather slightly impressed with my shabby internet right now.
What's that?
I got both streams going and I'm listening to music.
And you're in Discord.
I know, right? Whoa. It's
Okay,
almost scary.
There's still some adjustments I need to do these I'm saying. You're done.
Oh.
You crashed the military.
I gotta go, Tech.
Okay. Let's see you tomorrow, Fire. Everything okay?
Yeah, it's just 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, it is 10 o'clock. I need to go then. Crap. Build faster, crane.
I'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
See you.
Night, everybody.
Okay, it's building at full speed here. I want to get to at least the furnace, make sure the furnace is rotated. This is the first time we're building one like this to the west, I guess it is. So that'll be a good test to see if the furnace is facing in or not. I'd love to get to the point where the stairs are on top. Let's test those all out. Because those are the hardest thing, right? Having stairs being placed right. Can't speed this up anymore, unfortunately. I could scan something else in, but that's gonna cause me headaches too. So you can actually place those different. Yeah, you can't. Only logs. Those things looked hard to fly. When I was seeing that Mr. Crayfish was doing wrong, he would turn or bank too hard, so he'd turn the plane sideways, And that, the lift from on your plane is based on the wings. So when you turn like this, the lift is going this direction instead of straight up, so your plane starts to fall. So turn slower is what he should have been doing for those planes, or at least speed up or pull up at the same time that you're turning and all those kind of things. Is it something where you can stall an airplane? So if you went straight up enough where it eventually starts slowing down and then it wouldn't have any vertical lift anymore? That's cool. It's interesting that they've added that mechanic. It's an important mechanic for flying a plane because you don't want to stall it. It's a guaranteed crash pretty much if you don't pay attention. Get the airspeed back over the wings enough. Oh yeah, so you gotta clear the runway or turn tight to get past it or something? I think you need to turn your airport runway around or move the building. Which if I ever get this into where it's actually working, scan the building in, place down the tower crane, rip the old one apart, put all the blocks in the tower crane, and it'll build it for you again. All military base, okay. Hey, this will go faster now because this is a lot of air blocks in this level. So go that side, then that side, that side, then that side. And once it gets down to like, I don't know, here, in this spot, it'll place the furnace. So you get past the building taken off, but when landing it goes too far. So I hit the fence and the plane blows up. Oh, okay. So we're still getting a block update on that, it seems. Which is interesting, because I thought I fixed that, but maybe I undid that change. Let's take a look. And it still says in state 2, so let's see what that's about. Notify block updates, maybe that's it. It takes the flags. Yeah. Look at it later. Come on. Do this row, then the glass. Right. That row, the glass, and then the stairs. So this is 2 layers of glass here, but there's glass over on this side as well. The top half of the door, which gets dropped off. Hi Bobcat, please stop spamming the chat with messages that don't add any value. You can say hi and stuff, but don't need to say it 6 times in a row. Difficulty peaceful. Things get blown up. Yes, those are in the correct orientation. Nice. Bobcat's been here hanging out with us for a couple days now, at least. In the stream. Is there a semi in the server? We had one earlier, but I don't know if we still have it. Like, we might have... I know it's not placed anywhere. We definitely picked it up. I just don't know who has it now at this point. Yep, I know, awesome. It's our first time for everybody. I think this is working. The rotation's working. At least for the one that's facing to the west, right? So I just need to place other ones, which I'm not going to do tonight. I'll have to do it another time. And just let them run to see if they place in the right orientation. If they do, great. We've got it. Awesome. That sounded super pretentious. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, what I said. Sorry. I think we're good. I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I should have stopped a while ago. And this is about to crash anyway as soon as it places the last block, so... This is TechStack signing off. I guess if you want to see what happens next time, subscribe, hit the notification, and all that fun, usual stuff. You have it place the bottom of the door, then automatic goes to the top of the door and place it. Maybe. That's a lot more complex, though. Oh. Anyway, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.